Hey there. So, you are going to be featured in Speakers Magazine. Congratulations. Dr. Cheryl has got you guys hooked up to be in this particular issue coming up in November. So, I'm Pam Perry. I want to just come on really quick to tell you how to leverage the opportunity. This is what we call sponsored content, I guess you would say. Sponsored content means that it is a issue where the content appears to be like an editorial, but it's really advertising. So we call it an advertorial, right? And so one of the things that we've got featured is Deborah Bell Campbell, Kawana Stanley, Dr. Irma Norfleet Haley, JJ Conway, Shannon Harrington, Dr. Jonas Gadsden, Erica Lane, Michelle J. Miller, still need yours. If I don't get it by the time you get this video, Daniel Gilbert and Wendy Talley. So all of you all are part of Dr. Cheryl's tribe, right? And you're going to be at SpeakerCon. And one of the things is a takeover issue, meaning that everyone inside of this particular issue is really part of Cheryl's tribe. So Cheryl will be on the cover. Okay, not this picture, but a new picture. She'll be on the cover, just like Brian Oles was on the cover of this particular magazine. And so everyone who's at SpeakerCon will get a copy of it. You'll be in it as well. Now, you're part of her speaking family. So how do you leverage this opportunity? And this press, it is press. It's going to be on the website. It's in the actual magazine, right? It's been around for a while. Here's Cherie Good right there. She had a takeover issue in January 2022. So the people who are in it were part of her tribe. Sean Fair also had a takeover issue as well. A couple of them as well, where his speakers, part of his platform, were in this particular magazine. Dr. Stacy NC Grant, who's been on the cover every single year, and we really promote her event as well. So part of Cheryl using this particular platform is that we're going to promote SpeakerCon, which we're promoting it right now in the October issue. It's the back cover October issue, and then she's going to be the cover for November. It's always like the back cover, front cover, and in between we have a lot of different things that we promote throughout. This is the one for September. I'll be traveling to this one in September. So you can see, you can go to speakersmagazine.com and really look at all the issues and look at how people are positioning themselves in the magazine. And that's just one stop, right? Dr. Will had a takeover issue as well. They were all part of his platform. And this is a hot cover here. Dr. Avis Jones, the Weaver, Nicole Roberts Jones. She actually came here and we did this photo shoot while she was actually in Detroit. Again, Alicia Houston, I helped organize her photo shoot as well, doing the branding for that. Those are part of her colors. Again, Letitia Nicole Beatty, another one who we help with the actual uh, cover for this photo shoot. Dr. Avis, again, she's been on there about 2 or 3 times as well. And Cheryl's been on as well. So, how do you leverage this? Because obviously, the goal is that you want to get speaking gigs, you want people to be speaking about you, you want the buzz, you want all those things to be going on. So, one of the things before I get into that is if you have not gotten this book, this is Speak Up. This is Brian Oles, Black Speakers Network, who we're partnered with. Um, and Dr. Cheryl is in this book as well. He's from Baltimore area as well. But get this book. Get this book. It's on Amazon or you can get it on the website or whatever. But get this book. It is really, really good. Dr. Cheryl's chapter is obviously fire. I'm in here as well talking about PR, about how to get out there and get known. But get this. It's called Speak Up, The Ultimate Guide to Dominate in the Speaking Industry. The foreword by Dr. George Fraser, Uncle George. And then the afterword is by Les Brown, Uncle Les. So we're in the issue, and I'm looking at everyone's information, looking at from the standpoint, I'm looking at Wanda's, right? So Wanda, I'm not calling anybody out in particular, but Wanda has her speaking reel. She has photos. She has horizontal. She has vertical pictures. She has consistency in her bio. What I would like all of you all to do, if you could, is send me an email about what you would like your headline to be. When I say headline, I'll give you an example. This is Precious. So, Precious Williams delivering killer pitches, right? Kendra Thorpe said, though, president of Kendra Thorpe Consulting, which is fine, but it doesn't really give you an idea of who she is right off the bat. We see Celeste Johnson here, transformational speaker, coach, and author. It's okay, but obviously we're all speakers, right? So you want your tagline there. You want to really show who you are, right? Rachel said she was a Wall Street fintech, executive social entrepreneur, speaker, but you want something that is attention grabbing so that people will know who it is that you are right away at first glance, right? I'm trying to find someone. You, this is fine, you know. Sh- um, Shar Shar says author, speaker, coach. It's okay, but what kind? What kind? This one here, Lashonda does do it in the red over here. The red, going backwards. Government contract guru. Okay, so give yourself a name, right? Give yourself a name, and that can be, I call myself Pam Perry, the PR angel, helping you manifest media, right? That's kind of like my thing. So a PR angel, so you know what PR stands for, but you could say publicist, but you want to say something besides I'm the CEO of the company. You want to give yourself like that magic name of yourself. What do you call yourself? There's a lot of people in here where you can say, this one here, he's a pastor, producer, film writer, author. It's okay, but you really want to say something like Michelle did. Michelle says fractional diversity marketing consultant. So it's your headline. What does your headline say? What does it say that makes people stop and say, oh, I guess the one that I really like is Precious. It says delivering killer pitches or something like that because she's a killer pitch master, right? So you want to give yourself a name. Think about that. So I said that from the standpoint that I'm looking at, and that's not on the sheet, right? But that's something that I kind of come up with. But if you have your name that you like to be known as, like Sherwood empowers, right? So it's like that's her thing. So with Dr. Wendy is a corporate wellness expert, but is she like the wellness such and such? So you want to give it your own spin. So I'm looking at JJ right here. JJ is Lieutenant Colonel, retired JJ Conway, the first black, so what is your title? What is it people are going to know you for? It's probably on your Twitter or it may be on your Instagram, what that title is, right? So you want to make sure you're doing that. Deborah, I'm looking at yours here. It has your biography, but give me a little bit more than you are the lead consultant and was Inspired Visions Consulting Group. What is your name? All right. That's going to be really, really important to send that back to me. All right. So if you can send it back to Pam at PamPerryPR.com or just reply back to this email, which I've given you the video. Okay. So that's it. So that's it for that part. Now, how do you leverage the PR? One in particular, when you do get your JPEG, you're going to actually print out a few. Okay, you could print out a few, but it's on a glossy type of paper and have it. And you can actually do it so that you print it out. And it might be this size and you can cut them, but actually have it like a mini speaker sheet, right? A mini one sheet. So you can actually have your little mini one sheet and use that when people ask about what do you do. So you can have it, you can mail it, you can put it inside your book, right? Or if you're part of an anthology, you can put that inside of the particular page where your chapter is. Okay, that's one way. You're actually going to have the magazines, right? You're going to have at least 10 to 20, I'm not sure, 10 to 20 magazines. Okay, so we'll have some at the event, and then we'll also have 10 to 20 magazines. So I'll speak with Cheryl on that. But you actually have the magazines, but use those sparingly. You can mail them to like conference meeting planners and that sort of thing, or even mail them to media in your hometown, with the little short press release and say, hey, I was recently featured in Speakers Magazine, enclosed, put a little sticky note of where you are in terms of what page you're on, and send that to them. Sure, will be on the cover. Your colleagues will be in the middle of it, all that, but you put a sticky on the outside, like where you're located, and send it out to the media. They love getting mail. They really do. They get so much email. If they actually get physical mail, that's a good thing. So that's the other thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you print your one sheet, that's going to be in the magazine. You can print it out on like a glossy paper, or just, hide, not cheap paper, but at least 20-pound paper. But I think glossy is better because it is a magazine. You want to make sure that you're in the magazine, you print it out. It's also going to be in the online issue. So it's going to be the online issue where people are going to be flipping. They're going to be flipping the pages, but also too, you're going to be on the website. And this is where I really want to make sure that you get. When you go on the website, speakersmagazine.com, you're each going to have your own page with your own video. In the magazine, on the online issue, you'll have your own page and the video will be embedded. But on the website, which is a whole nother SEO power, is on the website, and you'll have your video there. So this is going to act like a speakers bureau for you, because we're going to talk about what category you're on. And so people, if they're looking for business speakers, if they're looking for health and wellness speakers, they'll click to that and they'll see your page, and they'll also see your reel. If you don't have a speaker reel yet, as soon as you get one, send it to me and we'll add it. That's not a problem. If you have a podcast, that's a YouTube link, send me that. Any kind of video that you have, send me something, because the more, I guess you would say, the more multimedia you have on a page, or the more information you have on the page, the higher rankings it goes in terms of Google SEO. So you're going to be in the magazine. You can share the whole magazine from the online part where it says Speakers Magazine online issue. You can share your page directly. That's the other thing. So where are we going to share it? We try to share everything everywhere. But wherever your audience is, if your audience is on IG, then you're going to take a screenshot from your phone and put it on IG. You can also share it, because IG is a native kind of a platform, so you can't really share it directly. But on the page, you can pin it from Pinterest. You can put it on LinkedIn. You can put it on Twitter, and you can put it on Facebook. How many times? Do this when you first, for the month of November. You can do it just about every week, because people will then be able to go to the website and they'll be able to read the entire issue, and they'll be able to read your page and watch your video, because it'll be in November. After that, December, January, February, all the way through, at least put it in your rotation of your social media content at least once a month. Why? Because the people who followed you maybe in November don't remember it, or it's just so that people can remember. It's like, oh yeah, she'd make a great speaker. I forgot about, yeah. So that's why you want to stay on top of mind. The only way to stay top of mind is to put it in your rotation of your content, of your social media content. If you have a website, make sure that you take this, and I can send you this when I send you the video. It's a Speakers Magazine logo. Put that on your one sheet, put that on your website, put that in other places. You can even put it at the bottom of your email signature. But people want to know that you speak, you've been in Speakers Magazine, and it's a big deal. And they can go there, read about you, read what you cover, read your headline about who you are, and watch your speaker reel or listen to your podcast, whatever audio, video information you have that's going to be included. So you're going to do that. The main thing is that you're going to keep it as part of your rotation. The magazine itself, the copies that you have, you're going to send them to your media in your local area. Depending on where you are, I can better believe that you probably have a African American newspaper in your area. Within the Baltimore and DC area, there's the Washington Informer. I think there's the Afro. There, within Michigan, there's the Michigan Chronicle. So if I look at Erica. So Erica is 347. Trying to think of someone's area code that I recognize. So 310. So Dr. Wendy. I'm pretty sure that's probably LA. There is probably a black newspaper in LA. I want to say it's called The Wave newspaper. I used to know them all by heart. But the Wave newspaper is a newspaper that you can actually send this issue to. Who would you send it to? You can either send it to the lifestyle editor or you can send it to the business editor, depending on what your market is. And send it to them with a little short note. Hey, I was recently featured in Speakers Magazine. Um, if you want, I could either write a column or I would love to be a subject matter expert for a upcoming issue and whatever your topic is that you're subject matter expert on. Those are the, I guess you would say, those are the underground ways of really getting more PR. Because the reason why we did this particular content, this sponsored content in Speakers Magazine, the advertorial, is so that it can leverage for other PR opportunities. The Black press is a great first step within your neighborhood, within your local community. And then also, too, there are traditional, main sheet newspapers as well. Obviously, there's the Los Angeles, Times and that sort of thing, but there's smaller newspapers within it. So it's up to you to really know how to go after those media outlets. Obviously, after print, then there's radio. There's often a lot of Black radio. If you're in LA, talking about Dr. Wendy, I believe Tabitha Smiley has a radio station. You could send that radio station a copy, right? Send them a copy. And if you have a book, send the book as well. But it's just a way, it's another arsenal in your marketing arm and materials that you can share out so that the media can go, versus, there, we a lot of people posted things. Oh, I'm in the magazine, I'm posting on social media. Social media is great. Obviously, I'm there. All right. And I'm going to be posting you in social media as well. But the point of it is to get it to go to the next level with newspapers, with regional magazines, with everybody within their whole community. They probably have regional magazines, right? Within Detroit, we have Black Magazine, which is the Black, it stands for Black Literature, Arts, and Culture Magazine, BLAC. And it's a regional magazine within our area. It's online, but it's one of those things where it's not in competition, because remember, Speakers Magazine is like a trade pub for speakers. So you're not in competition with them. If you send it to another magazine, another uh, newspaper, it's not in competition, because it's really, you're sending them your one sheet. That's really what you're doing, but you letting them know that you're in Speakers Magazine, and that Dr. Cheryl, who's on the cover, is like it's a big deal, right? It's like they're gonna have heard of Dr. Sherwood, right? It's like, oh wow, in the centerfold is a story about her and that, and they see that you're part of her group, right? That you're part of that. And if you have something else that you could send along with it, that's fine. you know you could send along your traditional one sheet, or if you have a book or a booklet or something like that, but you want to send something in the package. So you're doing really hyper local kind of media relations, or hyper local publicity. Newspapers, regional magazines within your area, obviously, then radio stations. There's every market has a 24-hour news station, so you want to make sure that you're pitching to that as well. There's a way, it's like double dutch. I said there's a way for you to jump in and where you fit in. So you've got to listen to the radio in order to get on the radio. So, and then obviously there's the morning shows on the Black radio stations. They're always looking for content. You got to find the right hook and the right angle, depending on whatever it is that your area of expertise. If you're a health worker, maybe for the month of November, whatever that health awareness is for that month, you want to send them that magazine, send them the information, find their contact, and send them stuff. The also too, then the final one is television. So within your own community, there's ABC, NBC, CBS, CW, and probably some other ones within your area where you live. But you want to make sure that you're finding the right person. It could be the morning show, which tends to be more lighter. Whatever your area expertise is, you can let them know that you're a subject matter expert. You send them the magazine, right? You send them the magazine with the sticky note, and then follow up once, twice, three. It takes an average, as a publicist, probably about, if it's a cold media outlet, probably about 6 or 7 times. Yeah, that's why people pay publicists. It's like, I don't have time for that. But yeah, that's kind of like what we do. So then you also want to make sure that you look at the TV station's weekend shows as well. Typically, they have community affairs shows a little bit longer. If you're doing the morning show, you're probably going to get 10 minutes, maybe the max. They're not going to devote 15 minutes to a morning show, but about 10 minutes the max. So it's got to be short and sharp, and you got to have the right pitch and the right hooks and all that kind of stuff. But the weekend's a little bit more laid back. That's the community affairs show. So you can really put together a pitch or put together a show segment that has something to do with your area of expertise. I keep saying area expertise, right? Because we all are experts. So I'm looking at your bios. Everyone has a really defined area where they're speaking on. So you want to make sure that you are getting out there to your radio, TV, and your print publications within your local area. Besides the social media and besides putting it on your website and on your marketing materials, you may want to do a blog post. You may want to do an email out to your list. Take your JPEG of your particular page, send it, put it in your email, and send it out and say, "Hey, I was recently featured in Speakers Magazine." They can click it, they can read the entire issue with Dr. Cheryl's on the cover, and then they can also see your video if you have a video, right? So you want to make sure you're doing that. The call to action for all of this is for them to book you to speak or to buy your products or to hire you as that expert, the coach or that sort of thing. So you want to make sure that it does close the loop in that, because when you are investing in marketing and PR, you want to have a good ROI, but the ROI is like, what are they investing in? So you got to have an offer. So I'm sure you do, because you wouldn't be working with Cheryl if you didn't. So the main thing, first thing I said, is making sure you get the Speak Up book. This is because we're the partners with Black Speakers Network. Dr. Cheryl has a chapter in here as well. This is on Amazon. Printing out your particular page, which you can actually just right click it when it gets on the website on speakersmagazine.com. And then also making sure that your influencers, who you mail the magazine to, your influencers, whether it is meeting planners or it is pastors or churches, but making sure that they have that particular uh, piece, because closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to open your mouth and let people know from that. So with that, I think that's it. We got everything covered. Your PR, leveraging all of that so that you can actually expand and explode in 2023 and beyond. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, email me back, give me your headline. I ask for that. Like, what do you want to be known for? Right? Like Pam Perry, the PR angel, helping people manifest media. That's kind of like a headline with a tagline. So what's your tagline? Everybody should have their tagline. We're a brand. So what's your title? What's your tagline? So with that, I will talk to you later. Thanks a lot. And you'll be getting proofs of all of your pages. So make sure you look at it very carefully and not just like it, but love it. All right. We pride ourselves in doing really, really excellent job for you. So we are here for you. Have any questions? Pam at PamPerryPR.com. All righty. Thanks. Don't forget to follow us. Oh, one last thing. So we can tag you. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, and make sure you follow us. Yeah, on Instagram for sure, because I think I can also tag you on LinkedIn. So make sure you follow me on LinkedIn as well. Okay. All right. And the email is Pam at PamPerryPR.com, because I don't let everybody request me or friend me. So they have to know my email. Okay. All righty. Take care. Bye-bye.